Olá pessoal, tudo bem? Sejam muito bem-vindos ao canal Inglês de Verdade. Hoje preparei algo especial para você, um pequeno podcast em inglês para treinar o seu listening. Depois de ouvir, você vai responder 5 perguntas sobre o que escutou. Assim, além de testar a sua compreensão, você ainda vai aprender e memorizar novas palavras em inglês. Ah, e tem um detalhe. Se quiser, você pode ativar a legenda em inglês que está disponível no vídeo para acompanhar junto. Então, bora começar esse desafio de listening.
Welcome, deep divers. Tonight, we're plunging into something we all do, but maybe don't fully get sleep.
Right. It's totally universal. Takes up, what, a third of our lives?
Yeah, about 25 years for most people, can you believe it? And yet, it's still packed with mystery, what's really happening.
Then why does it matter so much? That's what we want to unpack.
Okay, let's do it. We've been really curious ourselves about what goes on, behind the scenes when we close our eyes. Not just the old ideas, but what the latest science is telling us about this daily ritual we all rely on.
Exactly. So our mission today, basically, is to explore why we sleep, dig into what our brains are up to, and then maybe the most fun part, the world of dreams.
And connect it all back to, your everyday life, your energy, your health.
Yeah, even maybe your creativity. It all ties together.
Okay, so first things first, let's tackle that common idea, that your brain just shuts down at night.
Mm-hmm. The big off-switch idea.
Yeah, like you're just powered down. Have you ever thought that? I think a lot of people do.
Oh, absolutely. But the reality is completely different. Sleep is.
Yeah.
It's far from passive.
Yeah.
Our brains, they stay incredibly active, always working, processing, even when we're totally out of it.
So it's not just one long snooze then?
Not at all. It's actually this really organized journey through different stages. And the one people hear about most is probably REM sleep.
REM, rapid eye movement.
Exactly. And during REM, some really fascinating, almost weird things happen. Like the name says, your eyes are moving quickly into your eyelids, like you're watching something.
Uh-huh.
And here's the amazing part. Your brain activity. It looks almost exactly like it does when you're wide awake.
Seriously, so it's buzzing in there.
Totally buzzing. Using up energy like it's running some complex program. But at the same time, your body is temporarily paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Okay, why? That sounds a bit scary.
Well, it's actually protective. It's the brain's clever trick to stop you from physically acting out your dreams.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, imagine dreaming you're, I don't know, flying or fighting.
And you actually start doing it in bed.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. So that muscle paralysis, it keeps you safe, keeps the adventures in your head.
So it's not just rest, it's active protection too. That's a really important point.
Definitely. It highlights how complex and purposeful sleep really is. It's not just downtime.
So what does this all mean for those, hours you spend asleep? It's clearly much more than just rest.
Absolutely. It's this whole hidden world of activity.
Okay, so we know it's active.
Yeah.
But why? Why is sleep so incredibly important for us? What's the big payoff?
Well, there are really 2 huge reasons that stand out. The first one is physical. Restoration.
Restoration, like repairing the body.
Exactly. Think of it like your body's overnight repair crew.
Yeah.
While you're sleeping, it's busy fixing muscles.
Yeah.
Stuff strained during the day, maybe from exercise, maybe just from living.
Okay.
It's also growing tissues, healing things, and this is huge, strengthening your immune system.
Ah, the immune system. I've heard sleep is key for that.
It really is. Your immune cells are actually more active, kind of patrolling, cleaning up damaged cells. It makes you more resilient.
So physical rebuild, recharge, getting stronger. Got it.
That's the body side.
Okay, but then there's the brain side. And here's where it gets really interesting for our minds, right? Memory and all that.
Oh, absolutely. Beyond the physical stuff, sleep is absolutely critical for your brain, especially for organizing memories.
Organizing? How does that work?
Well, it's not just about remembering things. It's about making sense of them, making connections, deciding what's important. There's a great analogy for this. Imagine your brain is like a super busy office.
Okay, I can picture that. Chaos.
Right. During the day, new information papers, emails, notes, just keeps piling up everywhere. It gets messy.
Tell me about it.
Then at night, sleep comes in like this super efficient office assistant. It doesn't just tidy up, it sorts through everything. It files the important stuff, strengthens those connections.
Well, throws away the junk.
Exactly. Throws away the unnecessary notes, the clutter.
Yeah.
So the next day, you can find what you need much more easily. Things make more sense.
That's a fantastic analogy, the office assistant for the brain.
It really helps picture it, doesn't it? That active sorting and strengthening.
Totally. So getting good sleep isn't just about feeling less tired.
Yep.
It's about actually helping your brain work better, remember things more easily. It's like giving it a strategic edge.
Precisely. You're optimizing your mental hardware overnight.
Okay, and speaking of fascinating brain stuff, let's talk about dreams. Maybe the most, intriguing part of sleep for many people.
Definitely the most mysterious part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever woken up from a dream that just felt so real, happy, or maybe scary?
Oh, for sure.
Or sometimes just completely bizarre? Like, where did that come from?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
people have wondered about dreams forever. You had figures like Sigmund Freud, way back when.
Right, the hidden desires guy.
Yeah, he thought dreams were like a secret window into our unconscious mind, our hidden wishes.
That was his whole thing.
It was. And while those ideas got people thinking, modern science has some different, maybe more grounded perspectives now.
Okay, like what do scientists think dreams are for today?
Well, there are a few main ideas. One is that dreams might be the brain's way of processing emotions.
Processing emotions, like
Oh.
working through stuff from the day.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Helping you deal with feelings, maybe resolving conflicts internally, like a kind of nightly emotional sorting.
Interesting.
Another idea is they might help with problem solving. Your waking mind gets stuck, but in a dream, maybe connections happen differently.
Without the usual rules.
Exactly. Less rigid thinking. And some even think dreams could be like rehearsal
Rehearsals for what?
for real life situations, running
Wow.
through scenarios, practicing responses, all safely in your head while you sleep. Preparing you, maybe.
Wow. So emotional processing, problem solving, rehearsal. It's like our brain is multitasking, even in dreams.
It seems that way. It's not just random noise.
And there are those incredible stories, right? About real breakthroughs coming from dreams.
Oh, absolutely. Those are amazing.
Like Dmitri Mendeleev,
Yeah.
the guy who came up with the periodic table of elements.
Yeah, that story's legendary.
He apparently struggled for ages to figure out how to organize the elements. Then, bam, the whole structure just came to him in a dream.
Woke up, wrote it down. Incredible.
Right. And what about Paul McCartney? The Beatles song Yesterday?
Another classic example.
The melody just appeared to him in a dream, fully formed. He thought he must have heard it somewhere before.
Yeah, he was worried he'd accidentally copied it because it just derived, complete.
What's fascinating here is it shows the mind isn't just resting or even just sorting, it's creating.
Exactly. It's innovating, making connections in ways we just don't when we're awake. It's tapping into something really powerful.
So the advice, sleep on it, might actually be scientifically sound advice for creativity.
It really might be. Let that unconscious mind do its thing.
Okay, those stories really drive home the power. It's like this secret creative engine running at night.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
But this brings us to the flip side. Given how incredibly important all this nightly activity is, what happens if we don't get enough? What's the price we pay for skimping on sleep?
Yeah. The consequences. Well, the immediate ones are pretty familiar to most of us, unfortunately.
You're feeling tired.
Well, yeah, obviously tired, but also feeling stressed, irritable, and your concentration just goes out the window. It's hard to focus, hard to learn.
Right. Decision making gets fuzzy too.
Definitely. Reaction times slow down. Just that general brain fog.
Okay, so that's the short term. Annoying, but maybe manageable day to day for some people, they think.
Right. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the long-term effects are where it gets really serious.
More serious than just feeling groggy.
Much more serious. Chronic lack of sleep. It can really impact your heart health, increases risks for cardiovascular issues.
Wow.
It definitely impacts memory negatively, making it harder to form and recall memories over time. It chips away at cognitive function.
So it affects your brain long term too.
Absolutely. And some studies even suggest it can affect lifespan. It's really foundational.
That's pretty sobering. It's not just about feeling good tomorrow, it's about long-term health.
Exactly. Why
Gosh.
doctors are always emphasizing it. You hear them say, we need to respect sleep as much as we respect nutrition and exercise.
It's a pillar of health, not a luxury.
Absolutely. Non-negotiable, really.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, as we sort of bring this deep dive to a close, the main takeaway seems crystal clear. Sleep is definitely not wasted time, not even close.
Far from it.
It's actually one of the most powerful things we do for our health, our minds, our creativity, just for being alive and well.
It's this incredibly active, essential process. Supports everything.
And it's kind of cool that even with all our science, there's still mystery there, right?
Oh, yeah. Scientists are still fascinated. We don't have all the answers about sleep and dreams. Not by a long shot.
Keeps it interesting.
It does. And maybe this leaves you, our listener, with a thought for tonight. Knowing all this now about your brain repairing things, organizing memories, maybe even solving problems or dreaming up something amazing, how might you start to value your sleep a little differently tonight? What incredible work might your brain be doing while you're dreaming?
That's a great question to ponder as we drift off. A fantastic thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the amazing world of sleep. We hope you take some of this with you. Maybe protect those sleep hours a little more fiercely. Until next time, sleep well, deep divers.
Parabéns! Você chegou até o final do desafio de hoje. Ao responder às 5 perguntas, você não apenas treinou seu listening, mas também aumentou seu vocabulário e deu mais um passo para entender o inglês de forma natural. Lembre-se, quanto mais você pratica, mais fácil fica. Então continue ouvindo, praticando e aprendendo todos os dias. Se gostou da atividade, já deixa o like, se inscreve no canal Inglês de Verdade e compartilhe esse vídeo com um amigo que também quer melhorar o inglês. Obrigado por participar e a gente se vê no próximo desafio.
E se você assistiu até aqui e quer aprender inglês sem gastar um centavo durante todo o processo de aprendizagem, com acesso a ferramentas, atalhos e mentoria que vai fazer com que você absorva o inglês de forma rápida e natural, eu te convido a conhecer o método dos 9 Passos para a Fluência, onde você vai conhecer a forma correta de aprender o inglês.
Good. Now we can go in the water.
Com acesso a ferramentas que irão te auxiliar nesse aprendizado. E o melhor, todas encontradas de forma gratuita. E entre essas ferramentas, uma você usará para manter contato com nativos do inglês para que sua prática de conversação seja mais eficaz. Porque nada melhor do que absorver o inglês diretamente da fonte. E quando eu digo que essas ferramentas são gratuitas, eu não quero dizer que apenas o primeiro mês será grátis, como degustação, e que se você quiser continuar usando, você terá que pagar. Todas as ferramentas que serão apresentadas a você nesse método são gratuitas para o resto da vida, até quando você quiser usar. Esse método é perfeito para você que não tem ideia de como e por onde começar e para você que já tem um conhecimento em inglês, mas ainda não conquistou a fluência. Nele você será apresentado a atalhos que vão acelerar seu aprendizado que estudantes que estão começando não fazem ideia que existem. 99% das pessoas que colocarem esse método em prática, seguindo passo a passo, conseguirão realizar seu sonho de se tornar fluente em inglês. Então, se você acha que finalmente chegou a hora de realizar seu sonho e dominar de vez o inglês, clique no primeiro link da descrição, que eu tenho certeza que você não vai se arrepender.